What's up, Jaywalkers? We're back at it with another reaction, and this time we're going to be watching Season 2, Episode 5 of House of the Dragon. We're coming off the best episode of the show so far. In my opinion, it was just so damn good, and the fight scene was one of the most epic things I've ever seen, for damn sure. But we did have some casualties. We lost Rhaenys, which hurts so freaking badly. I loved her character, and to lose her like that is crazy, but she went out like a badass, she did some damage, and I will love her forever. We lost Aegon as well, which, I mean, I don't care so much about, but still freaking crazy, and losing the dragons as well hurts the most. But yeah, all of it was so damn crazy, and I'll never be over it, but just the whole episode was damn good. We're ready. We don't have a hurricane happening this time, so should be good to watch it right now. Let's hop into it. Full reactions will be over on my Patreon page. Links to that will be in the description box of every video over here on YouTube if you want to check them out. Feel free to hit the link and do so. That being said, we're jumping into it. Let's go. Or Corlys.
Behold! The traitor dragon Maelys! Slain at Rook's Rest by your king, to Aemond!
No one needs, no one wants to see that shit!
Realize we won the battle.
Strange victory. If it was one.
Maelys!
I thought the dragons was gods.
Slain!
It's just me.
Hello.
His Grace remains with us for the moment.
Put that motherfucker out of his misery. He does not remain anywhere with us. He needs to be nowhere near us anymore. Where you going? That's crazy.
Is my son going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next
Sooner
hours
rather
are
than
most
later.
critical.
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
Let Kristen do it, why not?
What happened?
We took the castle at the cost of some 900 men.
So I've heard. The king. Sir Kristen, what befell him?
His Grace fought valiantly.
And Aemond? What was his part in this?
He played the worst
We'll
part.
have no ground army but the one we hope that Daemon will raise. He who has left us after some marital spat.
He's left himself as well.
Do you take issue with me, Sir Alfred?
Doubt your capability or your quickness of mind. It is merely that the gentler sex, heretofore, has not been much privy to the strategies of battle.
There's been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have. Who pursues his campaign? Our allies must be
We
ready.
must answer Rook's Rest and Duskendale.
They are lost already. But Vhagar is depleted after such a hard-fought battle. Strike King's Landing before their dragon is recovered.
Then I myself must do it.
My queen, you are the crown.
It's out of the question.
What would you have me do?
Where are you going?
To Harrenhal. To treat with the Daemon. Rhaenyra's fallen.
I want to be there.
He must affirm his...
You will tame him. When the Queen herself could not.
My mother gladly sends you away. To scout, to fight. Whilst I'm here being forced to play the coddled princeling, it's humiliating.
A succession.
Then I must be seen to act for her claim and mine. The phrase. They control the crossing at the Twins. His men had a direct route into the Riverlands. We would not have to wait for Daemon to act. I will treat with the phrase to secure it.
She will not like it.
Let's go. I like it.
Then don't tell her.
I like that whole scene.
The hour is late. My dragon is hungry.
Go, Chase!
You have no choice but to submit. Bend the knee to me. Or your house burns.
I would sooner be the Lord of Bones and Cinders than bend my knee before some heathen Blackwood.
Heaven hells, your grace. It would be a kindness to oblige them and send them back whence they came.
Did your brother's head keep on its way back to you, Willem?
Oh.
That's not an answer.
We choose fire.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
I wanted to see him
They
burn.
are pig-headed, intransigent.
They would rather burn than succumb. Exactly the kind of men I need. And perhaps you could try less fighting and more... persuading.
A man has a weakness.
Itself must not be seen to do. Show them your worst.
I am your servant, your grace.
Itself is impregnable. Unless, of course, we're descended upon from the sky.
You promised the Queen Rhaenyra 15,000 swords.
In return for protection, a dragon
has exceeded your terms. She sent 2.
Both still wet from the egg.
They are dragons nonetheless. I do not recall you specifying the size of the beast in your request.
Will you goad me, child?
Dragons will grow. In time.
I don't have time. I mislike feeling powerless.
So do I.
Sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
Thank you.
The way they spoke at me.
By your father's chosen successor.
He did not prepare me to fight. If I had been a son, a sword thrust into my hand the moment I could walk. Instead, I was given my father's cup.
You send to him?
For too long, I have looked to him for strength. If I must be supplicant to my own husband, what does that make me? My walk has never been trod.
Kristen Cole made a mistake.
Few of them.
Parading a dragon's head through the streets like a prize.
Gonna get him one of these days.
They are afraid. Bread is scarce. The king has fallen. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace. Don't underestimate your subjects. They are 1,000 living in the shadow of the Red Keep and forgotten for too long.
Too long, damn it!
What you cannot do, let others do for you. There is more than one way to fight a war.
Every scene with them two. So damn good in my opinion.
Of her lying in a field, broken amongst her enemies.
Let's not think about it.
Grandmother ever tell you of the night she claimed Meleys?
She snuck into the dragon pit.
She knew that place better than any elder. I said she could see in the dark.
Was furious. His own mother's dragon. The fastest beast ever known, and she'd have none of him. But bent her neck to Rhaenys.
He did not always care for me. but for what she gave me in the end, I'm grateful.
I freaking miss her.
I wished I had known her when she was young.
I just wanted to walk through the door and join the scene.
Her gone. I must rely on you, I think.
Your Grace.
Would you give this to your grandsire? I do not wish to stand alone.
Daemon. You were always the strong one. Fearless dragon rider.
Daemon. Snap.
Your brother had great love in his heart. Varys wasn't suited for the crown. But you... Daemon, you were made to wear it.
Come on.
Only you'd been born first. My favorite son.
Man, what the fuck? That's
There's also
that's
goose,
disgusting. Come
if you prefer it.
Come on.
Willem Blackwood is bringing House Bracken to heel. We must ready the castle to receive a great host.
Beginning, of course. The roof alone has needed tending since the reign of Aenys, and the storerooms and the Wailing Tower. Venture, there are smiths and armourers to be found near Nutton and Riverbend.
Well, send for them and levy the farmers from Antlers to Highheart.
There's, of course, the matter of
I like
payment.
half as good as him, and I'm 100.
Is there any gold left in your coffers?
Enough to keep this small establishment, you see, fed and warm. Sorry, to the Queen, that perhaps she could provide the necessary coin if you could only write to her.
No. Harrenhal is my command. I shall guarantee the payment myself. My king.
But you're the prince.
What would you call the husband of the Queen?
Well, the king.
There it is, then.
Consort.
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
He suffered grievous burns over much of his body. He has many broken bones. I fear there are more injuries within. Injuries we cannot see.
Just send him to his next life.
Woken?
No. I must admit, I'm not sure he will ever wake.
One cannot ruin his sleep. The realm will have noticed his absence. Let them hear of his great deeds at Rook's Rest. But now we must name a regent to take his place.
Did you have a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
I myself served this role of my husband, and I am well prepared to do it again.
You played your part admirably in a time of peace, Your Grace, but circumstances have changed.
And he has forgotten.
The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemond. Agreed.
He's like,
Aemond is young.
Agreed.
Lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
Experience that offers the surest path to security.
I vote for
Queen
Kristen.
Alicent
I want to see the shit show get worse.
That was your queen as a woman.
I am no stranger to rule or to sitting at this council. Aemond is a fearsome dragon rider. His skill is best employed in the field, but my experience is needed here. Laris?
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemond.
No one's on your side.
What would
That
you say
disrespect
in
is
response to
real.
Kristen? What say you? Aemond is the next in line.
Damn.
It must be him.
Standing in the riverlands.
The banners of House Tully are in disarray, Your Grace. Matter of time before he inherits his grandsire's mantle.
Tell me, Lord Strong, how I can trust the counsel of a man who leaves the jewel of the riverlands to be plucked by our enemy.
And Lord Jason encouragement.
What else?
We might turn our attention
He's going
to this
real big.
Promise to leave or renter save without consent. Merchants, so forth.
Really going through it? Holy shit.
Stealing from each other. We must get out.
Where would you have us go? North, maybe? South? For all we know, every road leads to the dragon's teeth.
Make the Templeton. My brother will have room.
You would have me turn beggar.
Not beggars already. Have you been paid for those machines you were forced to build?
The king has promised payment.
King has lied. It means stay and wait for his empty promises, husband. With them you can feed the mouths of ghosts.
I wish that dog was mine. I went to the care for that dog for us.
Presumed you'd be here, seeing faithfully to the Prince Regent's commands.
Aemond is the next in line. Saw at Rook's Rest.
What? What did you see?
Their armor melted. There were men walking, they were on fire.
Then the war to the dragons. The dragon rider should lead us.
Pass me aside.
Have I not spared you? What we must do now is terrible. Will you preside over it? Is this who you are, Alison?
Did not ask me, Smith. I did not give you leave to speak my name.
Stay back! By order of Aemond Targaryen, Prince Regent and Protector of the Realm.
Aemond.
Does he mean the king?
Grover Tully has not declared for Rhaenyra. Means death to Bastille against your liege, as I'm sure my prince is aware.
And Lannister is marshalling to the west. We need to check him before he reaches River Run. That requires passage.
And if Stark's army's too slow, the wind's rising.
Hesitance does not lie in Rhaenyra as queen, or in the ruminations of Lord. Our fear lies in Vhagar.
You fear a dragon, leagues away, when my note sits outside your wall.
You offer us your protection.
I do.
No hesitation.
And the protection of my uncle.
And I'm sure has consented to this.
He will do as his queen commands.
Does Strong has been relieved of his castle? Does the queen intend to raise up a new lord?
You want Harrenhal? My mother will want more than your crossing.
What does her grace desire?
Bend knees.
Awesome freaking job! Oh man. Love that! Yeah, this shit's canoed. Real. Yes.
There are others who would sit idle and wait for their claims to be brought to them. But it's not my way.
Splitting fire would justify what's followed you here.
Let it not be said that Daemon Targaryen failed to dirty his hands in this war.
Strange things from Brackenland, from Stonehenge, and Lambswold, and Moray.
There's news then.
Hear it here in the wind. Children being taken from their mothers, men coming home to find their doors unlatched, their wives carried away.
A terrible thing.
This is not war. These are crimes against the innocent that any upright man would repudiate.
Surely you hadn't mistaken me for an upright man.
The kind of army you would raise. Men who hate you, who serve you under duress.
Well, once they agree to serve me, I'll treat them fairly.
Once again, in the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
Oh shit.
Will suffer if Aemond one-eye rules. We should pray you never meet him. He will cut you down soon as wish you good day.
I'd heard the same thing about you. But I'll cross you no further. I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
I cannot succeed, Alice. Even if I willed it to be so, the people who support her will not be led by her. They look to a man for strength. But to it, the high towers with their scheming. What was Ares' first true heir? When I take King's Landwehr is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side. King and Queen.
If you lose,
then I'll be dead. And none of this will be my problem.
It's a pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
We knew her a little too
A
well.
message. Your Grace.
A while ago.
Stonehenge, the Blackwoods have overwhelmed the Brackens, and Lord Amos has pledged his banner to you. House Bracken is yours.
You at high tide. I was surprised when they said you were here.
My castle is a tomb.
Empty. Haunted.
Brought back from ye tea and a shy, inspiring awe and envy. I wonder if any of them knew it was all for her. Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Even the death of my wife does not content her. I'd sail it to the west and be lost.
You have done so before, at great cost to yourself and those who loved you. Rhaenys was not only your wife, she was a Targaryen princess. The queen who never was, and she flew to Rook's Rest of her own will, in defense of her king.
Kick some ass while doing it.
She died as she would have wished to die, with honor,
On her dragon.
in dragon fire.
Going out like a true
And the way
legend.
I myself wished to meet my end. Rhaenyra ascend the Iron Throne, as Rhaenys wished. As Rhaenys herself should have. You yourself may do as you see fit.
I would make you my heir.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
That's the best scene of the episode. I got chills. Really love that one.
In saying our best hope of an army is with Daemon. And I have perhaps erred in waiting for him to prove himself.
Are you removing me from your council?
Sir Alfred. I will not deny that you have tried my patience. You and your house served my father well. And I know you will never accept the Hightower claim.
Not while I live, Rook.
Find out his state of mind and his intentions.
Intentions?
Whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself.
He would not dare.
I've been ordained to lack in daring.
Have you any message for him?
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
In that case, we may never see Daemon here again.
What is it, Sir Simon? Is the pudding now served?
The River Lords have come, Your Grace. They wish an audience.
We must begin here with a lesson in etiquette. Failing that, in proper fear of your Targaryen master. Is there some reason you feel free to wake a king in his bed?
Complications.
The sacred septs on Bracken lands were looted and burned.
As were the fields and farms. The livestock was stolen, and our peasants put to the sword.
The Brackens were given their chance. They would not see reason.
The Blackwoods have exploited the war for the crown to visit atrocities upon their old rivals.
Share of their quarrels, and I tell you there is no honor in a fight such as this.
Beasts proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen. Red dragon on black.
Terrible wars being fought in these lands. And he looked after our girls.
It took nothing more from a man who ordered the slaughter of a child in his mother's arms.
That is a lie, and I will have the man who told it brought before me.
This interloper. The Riverlands are an ancient place, watched closely by the eyes of old gods and new. And dragon or no, we shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Move along, lass.
I have an errand for the Lady Missaria.
I thought she was dead.
Would she die without collecting her due? See an old friend.
Most people want out these days.
Melinda.
Mo! Oh, I love it. Love the shot. Love the darkness. Love it all.
Was it worth the price?
Never looked more like his father. God dang. Say, Mom.
Tanya.
Vhagar's first rider. And the first wielder of Dark Sister.
You do not mean to use her as an example.
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
What is the mood at the Twins? Did his lordship quibble?
He wishes for the phrase to be granted Harrenhal.
Proud of you, Jace. You've done our cause a great service.
Then why do you look angry?
Ain't shit to smile about.
And Rider as well. With a war being fought over my ascension. And yet I must wait here. Always prudent. Sending others to fight and be felled in my name.
Queen. The tie that binds us. No harm can come to
And
you.
you are my son, and I did not give you leave to go.
You do not give me leave to go to anything.
Aemond comes hunting for you. Your dragon is young. Will you fly before Vhagar as Luke did?
Daemon could...
Daemon is not here. And Aemond now rules in King's Landing.
Is Aegon dead?
Dead or alive, we have no answer for Vhagar. Aemond will not wait long to press his advantage. And then what? All else fails, it is I who must fight. Vhagar is big, but Syrax is quicker.
So was Meleys.
Meleys fought 2 dragons and one of them is slain.
We love quick.
Fight for my birthright, or shall I wait here until we are all destroyed?
Whatever you do, I believe in you, Queen.
I need dragons.
Whatever your role is in this.
We have no dearth of dragon.
If only they had riders, none could stand against me. I would go forth in strength and not from necessity.
There is Rhaenyra.
Who nearly lost her life in her last attempt. I would not risk it again.
Are those of our line who never ruled. Those who married into other noble houses. Their children born with other names.
A generation ago, all be thin.
And yet...
The dragon will only accept a dragon lord to ride it. Also say the histories.
Valyrian histories. Written to gild us in glory.
Chase?
Strong a dragon. A Tarly.
It's better than death and defeat.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
Yeah!
It's a mad sword.
More dragon riders. The merrier, let's go! Okay. Here we have it, guys. Season 2, Episode 5 of House of the Dragon. This one was decent. Probably the weakest of the season, in my opinion, but I still enjoyed a lot of things about it. Really enjoyed this ending. Everything we got from Jace in this episode was so freaking good. Really enjoyed all his scenes, but yeah, especially this ending with him and Rhaenyra. But yeah, we're gonna dig deep, find some more dragon riders, do what we gotta do to get the advantage over Vhagar and Aemond and everything they got going on. But yeah, that scene was definitely a standout. All of Jace's were. His first scene with Baela, his scene here where he promised them Harrenhal. He was such a freaking leader in this moment. I loved everything we got from our boy Jace. But yeah, decent episode. Daemon, once again, still going through it. And that shit he saw with his mother and them getting it on was awful. Oh my God. That was pretty pretty terrible. But yeah, everything Daemon is dealing with there is pretty freaking terrible. Aegon not dead, but should be. I mean, he pretty much is. But Aemond ruling in his absence, which is just not good at all. But I did love that shot of Aemond as when he in the dark, like by the throne, when he was looking at it. That was a pretty chilling shot. The scene with Baela and Corlys. Baela was like, Rhaenys. Or Rhaenyra. Poor Rhaenys. God, I miss her. She was like, Rhaenyra wants you to be hand. You gotta do it. You're perfect for it. But yeah, Corlys going through it. That scene was so freaking good and probably my favorite of the episode. So we did have some really solid scenes throughout this episode, but it was just a decent one. Also, Aegon, the scene with Alicent touching up on him a little bit, looking at him. He's looking like his father, and then I'm pretty sure we hear him call out "Mommy," which is pretty heartbreaking. Damn. So yeah, we did have some very good scenes in this one. But MVP we're going to give to Jace. We're definitely going to give to Jace. Just with all his scenes in this one. The ending here with Rhaenyra, the scene with Baela, he was getting shit done, and we enjoyed it all. But yeah, Jace is our MVP. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this one. Thank you all for watching.